Hey guys, this is my first video. Woo! Sorry for the lack of color in my hair. It's summer. I went swimming in the pool and all the color washed out. But I'm getting it done tomorrow. So, you know, future videos I'll have color in my hair. Today's video I'm gonna be doing Warped Tour 101, Warped Tour Survival Guide. I felt it was appropriate to make this video so close to Warped Tour, and also because one of my friends had suggested to post the video, so here I am. I know definitely that Warped Tour can be a scary experience if you have no idea what you're doing. So my first year was actually last year, so bear with me. I don't know exactly, you know, as much as somebody that's been going for years would know, but here are some of the basic things that you would need to have to make sure that you're safe and you know, maybe that you get to meet the bands that you'd like. So I prepared a checklist of all the things that you are going to need in order to survive, you know, Warped Tour. So the first thing on the list is sunscreen. It's always good to take, I don't have any with me, but they sell this stuff. It's like, it's kind of like a giant chapstick, but it's sunscreen, if that makes any sense. That stuff's really good for, you know, your facial area and stuff because it's a little uncomfortable to have to use either the spray or the cream for that. It's also convenient to take also a can of the spray, protect yourself, and make sure you don't get a sunburn. Next topic, hydration. You need to stay hydrated. There have been people in the past that have passed out at Warped Tour, and I don't think you want that to happen. So make sure you stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. A good way to stay hydrated, you know, because actually they only allow you to bring in one bottled drink. So it's good to take something like Gatorade or Powerade, something that is specifically made for hydrating. Water works too, you know, just take a water. Be sure to stay hydrated. Actually, one of my last topics was money, but I think that's important to bring up now. I know that most of you may have, you know, been lucky that you got to go to Warped Tour. You know, you finally begged your parents to get the money, or you raised the money yourself, but you need to take money to Warped Tour. Like, you need to take some extra money, whether you borrow it from a friend or just beg your parents to, you know, give you a little extra money. You're gonna need it. With clothes, make sure and take, will you stop it? Okay. Make sure and take clothes that are comfy and something that you won't mind getting dirty, because it might happen to me. Just take something that you're not gonna be crying over if it gets dirty. Always wear shorts if possible. If you don't like showing your legs too much, if you're not comfortable with that, then wear, you know, some capris, or maybe just wear some pants that are not dark colored, something light colored. Always wear light colored clothing. If you're used to wearing like long sleeves and stuff like that, wear something like this. This is why I wore it. This is 100% polyester. It's thin and it's lightweight and it's cool. So if you're not comfortable, you know, showing your arms, or, you know, if you just like long sleeves, then wear something like this that's thin. Another thing, comfy shoes. You need to wear comfy shoes. Don't wear, you know, sandals, anything open-toed. That's just asking for trouble. You don't want to get stepped on by people. That's just going to be uncomfortable all day. Don't wear things like slip-on shoes. Slip-on shoes are never a good idea. After you leave one of the sets, you'll see so many shoes on the ground, or, you know, in the front of the stage, because people's shoes fall off. You need shoes that are going to stay on, something with laces, you know, just a pair of old shoes that are all beat up. Snacks. You need to make sure that you are eating while you're there. And food is expensive there. You're allowed to bring a little bag of something that you brought from home. A good thing to take would be like trail mix or beef jerky. With the trail mix, I know this sounds, you know, complicated, but take out all the M&Ms because you don't want to have a big gross chocolatey mess of M&Ms while you're there. Day of Warped Tour. You're make sure you take 3 cans with you of food. There is a can drive that they do. They collect 3 cans, and for that they give you a skip the line pass. So that's good. It benefits other people. You're donating food and you get a skip the line pass. And even with that though, you're gonna be in a crazy long line. Doesn't matter how early you get there. Last year we got there at like 8 and it starts at like 11:30, and there was already a huge line for the skip the line pass. So that's something you're definitely gonna want to do. But you do get in earlier than the rest of the people, though there aren't that many. But it's definitely worth it to take the 3 cans and get the skip the line pass. One of the things about Warped Tour is that they don't give you a list of the bands, like the sets and the stages that they're gonna be at beforehand. So you show up and you run and get that list, and you check which bands you want to see, and you make sure that you have everything scheduled out and timed and planned. Those schedules, I believe, are like somewhere around $2 or $3. And I mean, most of the time people buy them and then end up finding some on the floor, but don't take that risk. You might as well just buy it. It's $2 or $3. Better safe than sorry. Get that as soon as you walk in, and be prepared because you never know. One of the bands you might want to see could be one of the starting bands, and so doors open like 11:30 and sets start at 11:45. So you need to be like on the ball as soon as you get there. A good thing to do while you're there, scope the area for any places that there'll be shade, because those are going to be the best places while you're there. You're gonna need to take breaks just to prevent any, oh I'm sorry, that was my Facebook. You're gonna need to find places with shade just so that you can make sure you don't pass out. At my venue, there is actually like, I don't know if you're gonna get this lucky, but there's this big like warehouse that there was like the big fans, they turned them all on and they had let everybody go and sit inside. So that place was like the resting area for everyone, and there was plenty of space. So be sure to look for somewhere like that ahead of time so that you know where to go in case you need to. Parents, I know that sometimes your parents aren't gonna let you go on your own, or you know, with friends or something, and they're gonna want to go along with you. Parents go in free. You don't have to buy a ticket for parents. But it's 1 parent per child. So if you take another parent, I believe you're gonna have to get them a ticket. I think that's how it works. Okay, anyway, there is also a reverse daycare, and what that is it's a place, it's basically like a parent daycare, where all the parents go and sit down, they put on like movies, and there's AC, and there's snacks and stuff like that for the parents, because you know, they didn't want to come, they're going because you want to go. So that's always good, you know, to keep your parents calm. But the thing about that is that I believe last year that I went, my parents were only allowed to stay, well, my mom and my friend's dad, they were only allowed to stay in there like somewhere between 45 minutes and like 2 hours. I know that's a big range, but I'm just trying to say that they're not allowed to stay all day. So you're gonna have to keep that in mind, or just don't tell your parents. Free stuff. There's always free stuff at Warped Tour. You are going to get at least something free if you go to Warped Tour. There's always free stuff. I believe that there's a code that, or a code word that Vans Warped Tour posts on their Instagram, and you check that the day before your venue, and you get the word. And I think it's first come first serve. You go to the Vans tent, and you give them the word, and you get a little bag of free goodies. So that's always nice, free stuff. At Warped Tour, there are places where you can get free water, I believe. If you have a water bottle with you, you can go and refill it for free. Some people are like, oh, that water tastes disgusting, but water's water. Just stay hydrated. You just take a bottle and get free water. You don't have to pay for it, and just don't be picky. Another awesome thing that they have there, they have a slip and slide. So, you know, if you, oh no, last year I went and I had sat on a drink. Somebody had spilled their drink and I sat on the puddle. So I had a big, like, I think it was red or orange. I had a big spot on my butt. So I needed to get rid of it somehow without having to change because I didn't have any clothes with me. So, and that's a good way just to stay cool. Another thing they provide, I believe, are misting stations. I don't remember seeing too many of those last year when I was there at my venue. But apparently in other places they have misting stations. So those would also be handy, you know, if you don't want to get like all of your clothes wet, just go and like spray your face in the misting station. Cameras. You are not allowed to take professional cameras. You are only allowed to take digital or disposable, I believe. But that isn't very specific. Last year people were taking really nice cameras that weren't digital cameras, and they allowed them in. So I mean, be on the safe side, but if you are really dying to get really good photos, take your good camera and, you know, risk it. Worst they could have you do is put it back in the car and, you know, take a disposable or a digital with you just in case. And I think this goes without saying, no weapons. Don't bring any weapons. Don't bring any... That was my cat. Okay. Don't bring any weapons. Don't bring any firearms. Don't bring any knives. Don't bring any weapons. Just don't be one of those, okay? Just avoid yourself the trouble. Have a fun time. Don't bring weapons. I think that speaks for itself. Do not, and I repeat, do not buy backstage passes or tickets or anything from random strangers in the parking lot. Or I know that seems like it goes without saying, but some people don't think about it ahead of time. So I'm telling you now, don't buy any of that from anybody, because you are more than likely going to get something that is fake, and you are going to be disappointed because you're not going to be let in, and it's a big waste of your money because they're going to charge you a lot. So just don't do it. In case of any accidents or anything like that, be sure and check for first aid flags. They're just really big red flags. All you need to look for. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and it's going to help you out a lot. Just, you know, make sure you take all that stuff and stay prepared and stay safe, and have fun.